Welcome to Vocabulary Boost. Are you ready to expand your English? Today we're learning 66 advanced words all about travel and adventure. Grab a notebook and let's get started.
Explore.
Meaning, to travel around a new place to learn about it.
For example, we want to explore the ancient ruins during our vacation.
Itinerary.
Meaning, a detailed plan or route for a journey.
For example, I need to prepare my itinerary for our trip to Italy.
Culture.
Meaning, the ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society.
For example, traveling helps you understand different cultures around the world.
Landscape.
Meaning, the visible features of an area of land.
For example, the landscape of the mountains was breathtaking.
Adventure.
Meaning, an exciting experience that is often risky.
For example, they went on an adventure to hike the highest mountain.
Fare.
Meaning, the price of a ticket for travel on public transportation.
For example, the bus fare will increase next month.
Journey.
Meaning, the act of traveling from one place to another.
For example, the journey to the island took several hours.
Accommodation.
Meaning, a place to stay, such as a hotel or hostel.
For example, we found accommodation near the beach for our holiday.
Local.
Meaning, relating to a particular area or neighborhood.
For example, we tried the local cuisine at a small restaurant.
Expedition.
Meaning, a journey undertaken for a specific purpose, especially for exploration.
For example, the team set off on an expedition to discover new species.
Souvenir.
Meaning, a thing that is kept as a reminder of a person, place, or event.
For example, I bought a souvenir from every country I visited.
Guide.
Meaning, a person who leads or shows others the way on a journey.
For example, our guide took us through the historic parts of the city.
Route.
Meaning, a way or course taken in getting from a starting point to a destination.
For example, what is the best route to avoid traffic?
Tradition.
Meaning, a long-established custom or belief that is passed down.
For example, it's a tradition in our family to travel together every summer.
Destination.
Meaning, the place to which someone is going or being sent.
For example, Paris is a popular destination for tourists.
Landmark.
Meaning, an easily recognizable object or feature in a landscape.
For example, the Eiffel Tower is a famous landmark in France.
Passion.
Meaning, a strong enthusiasm or interest in something.
For example, her passion for travel inspires her to visit new countries.
Visa.
Meaning, an official document allowing a person to enter a foreign country.
For example, I need to apply for a visa before my trip to Russia.
Exchange.
Meaning, to give something and receive something else in return.
For example, we can exchange our experiences during the trip.
Traveler.
Meaning, a person who is making a journey.
For example, as a seasoned traveler, she knows how to pack efficiently.
Compass.
Meaning, an instrument for determining direction.
For example, he used a compass to find his way in the wilderness.
Expense.
Meaning, the cost incurred in travel.
For example, travel expenses can add up quickly.
Festival.
Meaning, a special event that celebrates a particular aspect of culture.
For example, we attended a music festival in the park.
Transport.
Meaning, the action of moving something from one place to another.
For example, we need to transport our luggage to the hotel.
Currency.
Meaning, the system of money used in a particular country.
For example, in Europe, the euro is the main currency used.
Sightseeing.
Meaning, the activity of visiting places of interest in a city.
For example, we spent all day sightseeing in New York City.
Journal.
Meaning, a record of experiences, thoughts, and observations.
For example, she kept a travel journal during her trip.
Planning.
Meaning, the process of making a detailed proposal for doing something.
For example, effective planning is key to a successful trip.
Offer.
Meaning, to present something for someone to accept or reject.
For example, I have an offer for discounted tickets to the museum.
Relaxation.
Meaning, the state of being free from tension and anxiety.
For example, beach vacations are great for relaxation.
Package.
Meaning, a set of travel arrangements offered at a fixed price.
For example, we booked a travel package that includes flights and hotels.
Tranquil.
Meaning, peaceful and calm, free from disturbance.
For example, the tranquil beach was perfect for meditation.
Activity.
Meaning, a specific action or set of actions that one does.
For example, we planned many activities for our stay in the resort.
Wander.
Meaning, to move about without a fixed course, aim, or goal.
For example, we love to wander through small towns when we travel.
Experience.
Meaning, knowledge or skill acquired by doing something.
For example, traveling gives you a rich life experience.
Horizon.
Meaning, the line where the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet.
For example, the sunset painted the horizon with beautiful colors.
Narrative.
Meaning, a spoken or written account of connected events.
For example, her travel narrative was both entertaining and informative.
Native.
Meaning, a person who is born in a particular place.
For example, as a native of Japan, she introduced us to the local customs.
Narrate.
Meaning, to tell a story or give an account of something.
For example, he will narrate his journey through the Amazon rainforest.
Competition.
Meaning, an event in which people compete for a prize.
For example, the photography competition attracted many talented artists.
Highlight.
Meaning, to emphasize or make something stand out.
For example, the highlight of our trip was the hot air balloon ride.
Address.
Meaning, to speak to someone or to direct attention to something.
For example, we need to address the issues we face during our travels.
Footprint.
Meaning, a mark left by a foot, also used metaphorically for impact.
For example, we left our footprints in the sand on the beach.
Schedule.
Meaning, a plan for carrying out a process or procedure.
For example, he created a schedule for all the activities during the trip.
Information.
Meaning, facts or details about something.
For example, we gathered all the information we could about our destination.
Community.
Meaning, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common.
For example, the local community welcomed us as tourists.
Style.
Meaning, a particular procedure by which something is done, a way of doing something.
For example, each culture has its own style of hospitality.
Hospitality.
Meaning, the friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests.
For example, the hospitality we received at the hotel was outstanding.
Challenge.
Meaning, a difficult task or situation that tests someone's abilities.
For example, climbing the mountain was a challenge we embraced.
Excitement.
Meaning, a feeling of great enthusiasm and eagerness.
For example, there was a sense of excitement in the air before the trip.
Comfortable.
Meaning, providing physical ease and relaxation.
For example, our hotel room was very comfortable and spacious.
Research.
Meaning, the systematic investigation into a subject in order to discover or revise facts.
For example, we need to research the best places to visit.
Connect.
Meaning, to join or associate with something else.
For example, traveling helps people connect with different cultures.
Family.
Meaning, a group of people related to each other, often living together.
For example, our family loves to travel together.
Cruise.
Meaning, a trip on a ship that is taken for pleasure.
For example, we decided to go on a cruise in the Caribbean.
Exhausting.
Meaning, causing one to feel very tired.
For example, the long flight was exhausting, but it was worth it.
Encounter.
Meaning, a meeting or interaction with someone or something.
For example, our encounter with the locals was very positive.
Enjoyable.
Meaning, giving pleasure or satisfaction.
For example, the movie was so enjoyable that we watched it twice.
Mystery.
Meaning, something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain.
For example, the mystery of the ancient ruins fascinated the archaeologists.
Exchange.
Meaning, the act of giving one thing and receiving another.
For example, we did a student exchange program during the summer.
Dialogue.
Meaning, a conversation between two or more people.
For example, the dialogue between the travelers and locals was enlightening.
Capture.
Meaning, to take possession or control of something.
For example, I want to capture the beautiful moments of our trip.
Cross-cultural.
Meaning, relating to or involving two or more different cultures.
For example, we had a cross-cultural exchange during our visit.
Decision.
Meaning, a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration.
For example, making a travel decision can be overwhelming.
Encourage.
Meaning, to give support, confidence, or hope to someone.
For example, she encouraged me to travel more often.
Vision.
Meaning, the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom.
For example, my vision is to travel to every country in the world.
Awesome work today. You just expanded your vocabulary by 66 words. Try writing one sentence using your favorite new word in the comments heavily. Subscribe and see you next time.